So there could potentially be some big news on the way for Zebec network. Could it bring the price of Zbcn to the next leg up? We'll discuss that in today's video. I'm going to go over the charts and give you guys my own opinion. But remember, nothing here is financial advice. I can always be wrong, so make sure you guys do your own research. Now, before I get into the video, if you're looking for a great crypto exchange, make sure you check out my link to BTCC. You get 10% bonus on first-time deposits, extra bonuses up to $10,000, no VPN, no KYC. If you're someone that trades using leverage, you get to use up to 500x leverage. The link will be in my description down below for anyone that is interested. But getting into the video here, if we kick things off by taking a look at the crypto bubbles, we can see that it is another red day, unfortunately, in the market. Most of these coins, the top 100, just haven't been performing over the last week. Yesterday, we saw some green in the market, but today we're back into the red. Fartcoin is down minus 12%. Whitecoin, which is down minus 9%, 9.5%, had a nice run for the last week or so. Now it's correcting a lot, just like Zbcn, but again, I'm going to pull up the charts in a second. You see SPX, which is up 6.6%. The reason why SPX is going up like that is because people are putting in the work, trying to bring awareness to it. As you can see here, not only is SPX being shilled all over X, but it's also being shilled all over TikTok. Now, if you want to help your project grow, you got to hit that like button so that these videos get sent out to more and more crypto investors. Just like this person, Murad, is putting in the work, you got to help out your investment as well. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, especially if you enjoyed today's content. But getting deeper into things with Zbcn, if we come over here and we do a quick Google search, there's no one really making articles about it anymore. You know, the hype kind of cooled down a little bit. You see this post that says a day ago, but I clicked on it. We've already seen this article. This is more than a day ago. So just, you know, articles that we've already seen here, right? So that's typically what happens. This is how you know that the hype has cooled down a little bit when people aren't really talking about it. But typically, once the hype cools down, this is a time where you want to be looking to establish a position. But is this the right time to establish the position? That's what I'm going to discuss in just a second. But first, we need to get into some potential news for Zbcn, like this right here, which they posted on their X account. So it says, cameras rolling at Zebec London, interviews and meetings around our next big move. Stay tuned. The tides are only getting stronger. What I like about this team is that they keep us informed, and normally they do act on what they say they're going to do. So I've been following them for quite some time now, and anytime they say a piece of news is going to drop, a piece of news does drop, and typically it does bring the price of Zbcn higher. Is it going to happen this time though? That is a question, especially when we see the market completely bleeding out. Bitcoin looks like it's actually going to retest the 100K exact levels, right? And even though typically Zbcn goes against the market, sometimes it does end up catching up to the market. And it had already gone on such a parabolic run, so it is in its correction phase as of right now, right? So we got to see how everything actually plays out. But if we come over here to see what people are saying on Zbcn, so this person says in their 4 years in crypto, they've never seen such BS coming from fudders than they've seen on Zebec. All of you can go blank yourself. Zebec is legit. They operate their payroll in Japan with the regulatory requirements to do so, so stop the BS. And I completely agree. The problem though is anytime a project skyrockets and people feel like they missed the boat, then they start to talk a lot of negative things about it because they're mad. And I say this, I've said this many times, but it's very unfortunate but true. People don't like to see others win. They want to do the winning and they want others to watch them win. But when other people are winning, they don't like to see that, okay? But taking a look here at this post, so something to think about, can Zbcn reach $15 billion market cap by 2026 at 0.0052 today? That's a potential 28,000% climb to $1.50 per token. That's pretty up there. I do know that a lot of you, I've seen it in the comments section, believe that Zbcn is going to reach the price of $1 by the end of 2025 or 2026. I mean, anything is possible in the crypto space. If we do get a super cycle bull run, I don't see why not. But they go on to show that It's got the global payroll adoption, Japan, RWA expansion, science card check, major exchange listing, Coinbase custody. And then it looks like, according to their AI, 81% says it's going to happen, the possibility, right? So we'll see how everything plays out for Zbcn. But I think we need to at least get to at minimum 10 cents first, and then just reevaluate everything, see how the project is moving and where is the market direction headed, all that sorts of stuff. But coming back over here, we can see the top 10 real world assets by social engagement and mentions, and Zbcn is here on the list. So as far as engagements, 882,000, and as far as mentions, 3.49 thousand. So it's here on the list. So that's definitely a great thing to see there. Now, getting into the charts, let's go over to CoinMarketCap, see how everything is looking. So on the day, Zbcn is up 16.5%. The current market cap is 416 million. You can see that the volume actually came down quite a bit. The volume is down 27%, and the total volume is 97.4 million. Volume predicts price, all right? And it looks like the volume is definitely cooling off. That is for sure. But over here to the right of the screen, this person says expecting like this fire potential buying zone of 0.0041 to 0.0043 held strong. After a clean retest of that range, we could be setting up for a quick 20 to 40% move. And then this is what they are seeing here on the charts. Now, this is a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. The only thing is volume predicts price, all right? The volume isn't suggesting that this is about to happen. Of course, I hope that actually happens. It'll be great for all of us, right? But I'm seeing something else on the charts. But what I'm seeing doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. It's just what I'm seeing. I'm hoping that the complete opposite happens, right? But what I'm seeing as of right now is does looks like it's forming this bearish head and shoulder pattern. Now it's not in full effect yet. We're going to see how this daily candle actually plays out, even though I'm on the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to see how the daily candle plays out. And if it ends up red, then it's not a good sign, and we could be doing something like that. And the target for that move, like mentioned in my video yesterday, will bring us all the way down to this area right here, which is actually, it's a bit further than that. It's going to be about 0.0033. That's what I think is potentially going to happen. But we're going to see how today actually closes out. If it does close out green, then you never know. The height might pick back up, the volume might pick back up, and then this chart right here could be the future. You just never know. But these are times where you have to be paying very close attention to, and entry price is key. But if you're holding Zbcn for the long term, then it doesn't really matter. You could do a very slow DCA. But if you're looking to establish a position, I would look to start a slow DCA somewhere 0.0041, and that's just a small start position. But the real position, in my opinion, would start at 0.0033. That's what I think. The charts can play out any way it wants. Zbcn doesn't always go with regular TA. It just does its stuff. It does its own stuff sometimes. It goes against the market sometimes. Like, you never know what's actually going to happen next. But regardless of where the price goes in the short term, I still believe that Zbcn is a good long-term hold. So I'm just going to see how this thing ends up playing out. Again, nothing is financial advice. I can always be wrong. Do your own research. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links that I have down below. And until next time, take care.